Usually I'm going to cut the chit chat today. We have tons and tons to go over. So we all know that there's two ways that we can drive sales, that we can help people, we can enroll people, we can find prospects. Okay. If you've been on these calls before, we know that there's 7 essential skills. One of the skills is finding prospects. Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, who can tell me what the 2 ways are to find prospects? Oh, Mama's got a look in her eye today. I love it. She's like, oh, perfect. Shira was on there. She's like online, offline. Perfect. That's perfect. So yes, one is in-person prospecting and the other is online. Now we have tons of trainings for those of you who don't actually utilize this. We have tons of trainings on the YouTube channel going into in-person prospecting. Something that I would do, guys, is especially when I was new, I would go and I'd look up people like Eric Worre, Jesse Lee, what's his name, Rick Higdon. Like I would go look up these people and just get different gems about in-person prospecting, how to communicate. But I'm gonna let you guys know the theme of today's training is if you want to get better, you have to do it. Right? If you want to get better, you have to do it. If I'm not good at riding a bike, what would you tell me to do? Get up and ride the bike. That's the only way. So I'm going to give you guys a little trick because that's not going to be our main focus today in person. It's going to be offline. But I'm going to give you guys a little trick. When I wanted to learn how to talk to people, I had this rule. So if someone made eye contact with me, I would go up to them. I would give myself 3 seconds. 3 seconds, and I would just start walking. If I didn't know what to say by the time I got there, I guess I was just walking up to them. I'm like, hi. But doing that gave me the skill to be able to walk up to someone and be like, oh my God, girl, I love your shirt. Or, hey man, cool. Like those laces are pretty nifty. Like anything. And I've said the most randomest stuff, but here's the thing, it comes off genuine. And the biggest thing about that, guys, is don't worry about messing up because you become real to people. nifty laces for real. It's true. I've done that before. If y'all have either worked with Edwin or talked to Edwin, he's really good at the whole hey, are those AirPods? Hey, are those what headphones are those? Like he's really good at that. And the thing is you can reuse it because everyone has headphones or everyone has a shirt on, everyone has something. Hopefully they have a shirt on, whichever. But I'm just letting you guys know there'll be tons of trainings for that and there's tons of resources for that. What I'm going to be going over with you today, guys, is the offline stuff. So let me just give it to you real. We all have been experiencing something with TikTok. We've been experiencing either weird, what are those called? Community guidelines violations, bannings, blocks. We've all been experiencing something with TikTok. Okay. I'm going to let you know the research I've done into that. If you haven't already, like I dropped it in Builders, but just to reiterate, they have a new AI system. It's specifically in the English language right now, but they have a new AI system that there's certain triggers that if they think you're recruiting people, okay, they will immediately do a community guidelines violation. The AI is not set, which is why when you appeal it, a lot of the times you get the videos back because it's a human checking it out. Okay, sometimes it's still whack and it still bans it, but I'm just letting you guys know that's what's going on. So you need to come any type of recruiting. They're not they're like anti-MLM, they're anti-recruiting, they're it's really whack. Considering they recruit people to their app, but I'm not the creator of TikTok. I don't know what's going on, but I'm letting you guys know you need to come from an educational standpoint and a value standpoint when it comes to TikTok. Now, you cannot build the same way as you did, like as I did, for example. A lot of my stuff in the beginning was I was just copying other creators and mixing it a little bit, and a lot of the times, like the whole, if you mention any money, any numbers, now it's non-compliance, right? But back in the day, you could just sort of copy one another and it would be fine. Now you can't do that. It's very value-based driven. Okay, it's very value-based, educational value. But today I don't want to go over TikTok. I want to show you guys, you're pretty much forced to build community. Yes, Jack's got it. But I want to show you guys that there is other platforms and there's other strategies and I feel like for me in particular, like I was the type of person who I was able to hit a full-time income with just TikTok. and I let go of my other platforms because I was the TikTok girl. Like I was bang out 9 TikToks in a day. Like I loved it. But what happens with the investing? We should know this. What happens when you put all your eggs in one basket? Boom. Yes. So I like to use this analogy. Okay. I'm gonna, guys, I need an iPad. I'm gonna get an iPad, I think. So I'm gonna draw something for you. Let me know if you can see it. But I want you guys to imagine you're in an elevator. Okay. This is you. This is you. You're in that elevator. All right. Now, if the elevator only had one cable and it snaps, what's gonna happen? You're dead. You're dead. And what do we know about momentum? It is the hardest thing to create, but it's the easiest thing to lose. So, what happens if now TikTok's dead, but I now have Instagram, I now have YouTube, I now have LinkedIn, I now have some other Clapper, I don't know, whatever. And let's say 3 of them are still gone. I'm still held up by 2. That should be your mindset. You're still in the game. And I want to remind you guys, we're not just content creators. We're not just like, we are entrepreneurs. And the definition of an entrepreneur, guys, is we figure shit out. Pardon my French. We figure it out. Okay. We always find a new way. And something that I was having a discussion, I believe it was with Christian, but I was talking about we're the new age entrepreneurs. We're the new age, meaning that it's not just traditional network marketing. It's not just content creation. And I guarantee you in the next like 2 years, there's gonna be something else too that we can add to our list of skills that we need to learn. But that's the beautiful thing about us, guys, is we're constantly evolving. So I just want to give you into that mindset before we continue our training. But I'm gonna go into it. So 1, Snapchat. Snapchat is another form of, content. What is Snapchat best used for? Now, keep in mind, this has just been over a couple like weeks to couple months of just research, and I want to just simplify it for you guys. Snapchat, you can have a what I do highlight on Snapchat. You can build a business, you can build a public profile where people can follow you like any other, social media, and you can have your what I do on there. But what is Snapchat best used for? Utilize it as behind the scenes. Yes, utilize it as reality marketing. What is reality marketing? Okay, this isn't, and for my people, I'm a stories girl. I love to do IG stories. And you guys probably know that they're always filled. I love to be fancy, do creative stuff. With Snapchat, it's like stories, except not as hard because there's no editing. They want raw. They want uncut. They want to see behind the scenes. They want to see like if I'm doing like a shoot for, let's say, a YouTube or something, I want to have my phone on here and pull it up and be like, hey guys, look what's going on. Look my scene. This is what I do. Like, it's more real. Do you know what I'm saying? And the reason that reality marketing is important, this is a way for you to show your lifestyle. And the biggest thing about this is it's not scripted. Everyone's worried about, oh, what if I say the wrong thing? Perfect. That's what Snapchat is for. Snapchat is for being you at a raw version because people can if it's unscripted? They can relate. How many TikTok videos do you go on and people just comment, oh, this is so scripted? Oh my God, can they act better? Like, that's what Snapchat is for. And the beautiful part about this is I don't want you guys to feel like about lifestyle. I don't want you to feel any which way about, well, I don't have designer. I don't have the nicest this. I'm not traveling all the time yet. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Guys, you will attract your tribe. Just be like, if your brand is traveling, then great. Just that you're not traveling yet, show the travel discounts, show events that are happening. Like, the thing is that it's not about the end goal that people are interested in. People want to know the come up story. Make them feel like they're getting invested in Bitcoin before it blows up. For example, and I'm going to reference, because I keep referencing, influencers that I know. This is funny. There is 2 influencers that I know. They're on TikTok and Instagram. And literally, it has nothing to do with me. It doesn't relate to me at all, but I relate to them because they let me into a personal part of their life. But they were pregnant. And they showed their beginning of their pregnancy all the way up to the end. And for some reason, it's not like I'm pregnant. It's not like I have any relation to that. But I enjoyed it because I saw like the man, he would do little surprises for her. She would talk about, different wardrobes and what they're going to do. And for some reason, I just enjoyed being a part of their life because it was raw and it was real. And I followed from the moment she you know, they found out they were pregnant, said they just had their baby 2 days ago. And the community that they got was wild. Like everyone's like, oh my God, congratulations, can we send your stuff? Like, blah, blah. Like that's what you guys want. And Snapchat's a really good way of showing that because it's raw. And use it as a way to sell and be like, yo, you want behind the scenes? Check out my Snapchat, check it out. And another thing about that is when you can reality marketing on different platforms as well. You know, you can do more on a Telegram channel, you can do it on Snapchat, other things. Instagram's a little bit of a mixture, okay, because it's your business profile, it's more personal to your followers, and it's a little bit of reality marketing. But the biggest thing about this, guys, is think about reality TV shows. I had to stop myself from watching them because they're so toxic, but they're addictive. Why are they addictive? Because even if they're scripted, because you know some things are scripted, it's reality. There's some mixture of I can relate to this person and some mixture of, oh, what's going on next? People want to know what's going on in your life. It's as simple as that. If you're someone who is more private, cool, make a persona. Not a fake person, but make a persona. It's like when I had to learn how to public speak, I literally had to pretend I was someone else. That's why I liked my last name, because I was like, when I'm stepping into mentor mode, I'm the savage mentor. I'm not Megan who's like scared to talk to people. I'm gonna step up as her. So make your personality, make your persona. Now, next, Facebook. Facebook. Do not sleep on this, guys. I get it. There are different audiences in different platforms, because Facebook is more for the older generation. That's fine, but there's still younger people on there. We're on there. There's other people on there. And the beautiful part about what we have is it's not like shampoo. I keep referencing this. It's not like it's only meant for a certain age group or a certain gender or certain this. It's literally meant for everyone. And guess what? Don't knock the older crowd, because guess what the older crowd has? Money. They're the ones that bought the houses. Okay, they have their investments. They're good. So now they want more. We got to tell them what they need to do to keep up with the times. So the beautiful part about this, guys, is you just need to know your audience. Understand that you can use different platforms for different things. I guarantee you your older audience would probably not want to do Snapchat. Guarantee you. That's confusing to them. They don't need to see the behind the scenes, but the older your audience might want you to see Facebook. Know your audience, who you are trying to attract and what. Show different parts of you on different platforms. That also creates exclusivity. Oh my God, you're on her Instagram. Like, I'm on her TikTok. I'm this, I'm that. Like, think big picture. We're talking about brand today. We're not just talking about a simple post once on Wednesday and that. We're talking about your brand. Okay. And we're going to get into that. So Facebook, I'm going to break down the little things. I dropped a little bit. Do you do separate stories on Facebook then? No, I don't do separate stories on Facebook, but I'll let you know my plan. Okay. So first off, I just want to break down the difference between a profile, page, and a group. So a profile, right now, all of you guys need to just focus on your profiles. You do not need to be making pages. And here's why. You can get so much more organic reach. Organic means you don't pay. Organic reach from a profile. A page looks more professional. However, it is mostly run by ads. So for example, if you guys want to make a page, that's great. You would be putting, what's the difference between? So pretty much like your profile is like you, but the page is like something that's separate. So the reason that some people like it is because they can separate their personal life to their business. Guys, this is our lifestyle. There's no need to separate. You can if you want, but I'm letting you know, if you separate the two for the profile, for the page, okay, there's not a lot of organic reach. So you need to be pushing people to that page. But if you're doing that already, why not do that to your Instagram? I understand like the different like audiences, but at the same time, if you're putting that much effort into pushing your page, you might as well like prospect them like in other ways, which I'll get into. But like a page is something that I will be doing later. Yes. A profile is what you make as soon as you sign up. For example, you can have a profile and not have a page, but you can't have a page without having a profile. That's pretty much the thing. Like you can't just have your own thing, your own page. But yeah, so for example, chicken and egg. But for a page, that's something to do later on when you have when you want to spend on ads. which I don't want any of you to do right now. None of you guys are at the point. I'm talking about if you're at like Christian's level, where he's even working on his brand now, guys, but like he has like a solid brand. He has a lot of followers, he has a lot of influence. He could build right now a page and he could start generating with ads, like leads to his page, but that's like $20 to $50 a day that I don't really want you guys spending right now. It's not duplicatable, so don't worry about that. And groups, you guys do not need to be starting groups. All of the reach is not organic. Like you have to be pushing people to a group, but you can join groups, and I want you guys to join groups. I will be so proud of you. The next person who tells me they've joined groups and they're actually talking to people, like, you're my favorite. Okay, I'm telling you this right now, because all you need to do, keep in mind what we do, guys, it's networking, it's making connections. If you are telling me, Megan, I don't know what to say, I don't know how to talk to people, what is the best way to learn? Talking to people. I see you shy. Talk to people. Okay, so what you got to do, you join a group. Let's say you like cooking. Okay, you are going to join a cooking group, and you are going to start, you're going to post. Well, I think it's in here. I think it's in the comments. Hold on one sec. Pram, yes, you're going to post. You're going to make a post. I just made a hot dog. I don't know, gourmet hot dog. I'm going to post this hot dog, and I'm going to be like, hey guys, look at my hot dog. Cool, it's awesome. Then I'm going to react to other people's posts. Now I'm showing up. I'm going to react, okay? I forget what the A is, but I know, like, I want you to comment on people's stuff. I want you to comment, create a connection. Oh my gosh, I see you make spaghetti. I love spaghetti. I prefer Filipino spaghetti over normal spaghetti because it's sweeter. Okay. Oh yes, A is add. Now you're going to add them. And I want to let you guys know this. Okay, this is why a profile is better than a page. A page, a person can follow, all right? But a profile, if they add you, they're already following you. You want to add people as friends or get them to follow your profile. Okay, I'm going to be dropping more videos in the Champions Media channel about this for guys who want more information. But at the long story short, you want to add people. This is when there's starting to be trust built, because like, oh my gosh, I like this person, I saw her in my group, I'm going to add her as a friend. Now when you guys are consistently posting on your page, then you're going to, they're going to see, and eventually they're gonna be like, hey, what do? Do you know how many times I add people? I don't talk about my business at all. I add people, and then they see me posting on my Instagram, and they're like, oh my gosh, wait, you work online? Yeah. Oh my God, it's like, it's a miracle from the universe. You came here out of nowhere. Yes, I am a miracle from the universe. Come join my team. So at the end of the day, and then you want to message. You want to message them. Hey, Michelle, I saw you in the cooking group. I love Filipino spaghetti. I saw you posted it. That looks so good. Is that a home recipe, or like, did you get that passed down, or what did you get? She's gonna message me. Yeah, my mom's mom made it, and it's so good. And yeah, it's like, I saw your hot dog. That's really cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So do you do cooking for work? She's gonna message me. No, I work for Rogers. Oh, how do you like that? It's cool, but like blah 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 blah. Then she's gonna ask me what I do. I'm so glad you asked, Michelle. I'm so glad you asked. I come to save you. And you're just going to start a conversation there. How you guys are going to learn how to not sound like you're selling people is by talking to more people. Make sense? Does that make sense? Can we get a thumbs up with the cameras? I have a lot to go over today, guys, so we might run a little bit late, but trust me, you'll thank me. So pretty much the art of Facebook, I want you to go into this with the mindset that even if you got 0 signups, I want you guys to go in with this with the mindset that you are practicing learning how to speak to people. And I guarantee you, positive stuff will come out of it. Okay? I guarantee you. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about too before I get into like the real sauce, the real chestnut, and what I'm doing. So there is a video. I love Alex Hormozi. I love their Hormozis, amazing. And there's a video that he said, and he's like, when I did door-to-door sales, he had a mentor, and his mentor said to hand out flyers. What is? No. Oh my God, Daniel, chill. I'm like, what is he typing? Um, that's for another training. But he said, I do door-to-door sales. Okay. And his mentor wanted him to hand out flyers. So he handed out 500 flyers and like one person reached back out to him. So he messaged his mentor and he's like, yo, this isn't working. I handed out 500 flyers and like no one came. And his mentor went, ha ha ha, you handed out 500? It's supposed to be 5,000 a day. And I know that seems shocking to you guys. I know it does, but I want to let you know, like the main point of his message is don't let lack, like the fact that you guys are doing less, right, be the reason that it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you can't, like he said it way better than I am, guys. I'm just paraphrasing, but at the end of the day, it's the right action. And something that I see a lot of the time is you guys are doing the right thing. And you guys will message me and you'll be like, Megan, this doesn't like this. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my messages. And you'll send it to me and it's perfect. And I'm like, hey, that's just the name of the game sometimes. That's just the name of the game. And it gets easier because I remember when I first started sending 25 messages a day was a lot. I was like, oh my God, like, how do I do this? Because I didn't know how to message. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if you go into this with a mindset that, hey, I'm just here to learn. I'm just here to learn how to communicate the best. Because you guys want to know something about sales? If you can communicate properly, you will make a lot of money. It's if you can know how to tell someone, because what we have has value. Drop a one in the chat if you think what we have has value. Have you seen or do you honestly believe? Drop a two in the chat if you honestly believe that what we have can save people, has impacted lives. So the thing is when I mess up a sale, what that tells me is I need to go back to the drawing board when it comes to my skills, not necessarily the action. Does that make sense? The action is correct. You guys are doing the right thing. You just need to improve it. And how do you improve? You do more. I don't know if y'all saw my Instagram thing, do more. Do more, do more, do more. Okay? And trust me, and another bonus is when you do more, okay, it becomes easier in the fact that instead of doing one TikTok takes you an hour, you can do 9 in an hour. Trust me, I've done it. Okay. So that's sort of the thing about that. So I'm going to go over the YouTube shorts and LinkedIn really fast. My strategy, and you do not have to copy it. I'm just letting you guys know. My strategy is everything that I post on IG threads. Okay. Cause it's more like Twitter now. I am now posting on Twitter, LinkedIn, and I'm just recycling that content. It's because it's mostly statuses and pictures. I'm just recycling it for now. Things are always subject to change, but I'm just recycling. And then for YouTube Shorts, post your Instagram Reels to Facebook Reels and post that to YouTube Shorts. Now you have another form. Okay. I'm going to go over YouTube a little bit more, because I want to let you guys know with YouTube, long form content is really doing well right now. Really doing well. So you guys heard it first. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I am going to be releasing a video once a week. I am just going to be dropping straight value, and I'm going to be building a community there. I'm going to let people see me, my value, what I have to offer. And then in turn, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I love her. I want to go on her Snapchat because she does behind the scenes stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? Like everything is connected. Everything is connected. And the thing about YouTube is it's honestly a flex. Like it's honestly a flex if you have YouTube followers because they're like the strongest followers. Like they'll follow you. Like they know what's going on. Okay. Keep in mind, and I want to be very straight with you guys, because something I tend to do sometimes, I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but keep in mind I've been in the game for 2 years now. I'm still a baby. So if you're less than me, you're still an infant. I love you. I'll rock you to sleep. But I want you guys to not take on too much. So do what you can. That's why I say recycle your content. Recycle it, recycle it, recycle it. Have a plan. Okay. Now I'm going to get into the real stuff. I wanted to show you guys something because here's the thing. Like I said in the beginning, guys, you cannot build the same way you built before. Before you could just pump out content. And yes, you'll get leads, but are we here to just make sales? Or are we here to find the people that want to build this thing with us, that want to save themselves? Those are the people that I want. So I'm now becoming more organized and I'm actually going into this with a plan and I'm treating my content, I'm treating the way I am perceived online very seriously. That's what I'm doing. I'm building my brand. So I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, let me see. Let me know if you can see my screen. Maybe not. One sec. It should work now here. Maybe not. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. I thought I was crazy. So just to give you guys an idea, I first off, I want to give my flowers to Rosanna because guys, I used to be the person, and I'm sure a lot of you are, we'll see a video and we'll just save it. And then oh, this is a good video, I'll do it later. And then we never come back, we never do it, or we lose it. And then we spend hours trying to plan our content when really we already had like a couple videos and stuff. Like that's why it's important to stay structured. I noticed when I actually started structuring my content, okay, it took me less than an hour to plan my TikToks and my Instagrams for the entire week. And I'm letting you guys know I'm now posting twice on Instagram a day. I'm keeping my stories up to date, and I'll be posting 3 TikToks a day as well. So this is just an inside little scoop. I organized this to fit me and the training that we're going to be going over. So literally, so I have my Sunday. I have R stands for reel, T stands for TikTok, and C stands for carousel. But I'm posting, for example, 2 reels. What I do, guys, I'll find a reel that I like. I will copy the link, I'll put it in here, and then if I'm changing anything to it. So for example, if I have a different sound that I want to use because it's more viral, I'll put sound and I'll attach the sound underneath. I will literally set myself up so good that the day, because y'all should be picking one day to do all of your content for the week. So then you have it ready to post and you're not drained for the rest of the week. I'm telling you, that is a lifesaver. If you're not doing it, do it. Okay. But like this honestly is so great because for me, let me know if you all can relate to this, but for me, I will have spurts in the day where like I am just super in creative mode. I have so many ideas. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could do this with this TikTok. I could do this with this Instagram. And then I don't write them down. So I go to film it and I'm like, why did I film this again? Why did I do this? And then it's not as good. So I'm telling you, when you're in that creative mode, when you're in your zone, literally, I write my idea. Okay, so I'm going to say this instead. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So I did a little bit of planning today to show you. Okay. Let me see if this works.
Want to know if you...
One of my early mentors told me about flyers. Put out 300 flyers. One guy called me back. So I called the mentor back up and I was like, hey, what the heck? This didn't work. I just put out 300 total. He just laughed. He's like, 300? Test with 5,000, and then we do 5,000 a day after that. I was like, 5,000 a day? Yeah, like 150,000 flyers a month. And when he said that, I had this huge realization that I might have been doing the right thing all along, but I was just doing far too little of it. And at that point, I decided that whenever someone gave me advice, I wouldn't let the volume of activity that I had done, committing to a plan, to be the reason it failed.
Bam. See, it stayed in my mind, but notice when I was telling you guys the story, I used the wrong numbers and I couldn't reiterate it. Why? Because your mind is meant for having ideas, not for holding them. You guys need to understand that. That will save your life. Because now I'm going to be redoing this TikTok and I wrote my idea. So I'm going to talk about the law of ratios in this form. So now when I sit down, I'm going to actually be able to do this. And I love this question. What does top mean? All right, let me show you guys what's up. One last thing I want to show you guys. At the bottom, I have IG stories. So if I ever have an idea, because something that I do too is, and I don't know if you guys can relate, I'll have tons of ideas, I'll post them all, and then I don't have anything for tomorrow. So if I see a TikTok video or an Instagram video, I will then put them in here. And then if I look at my stories and I'm like, I have no idea what to talk about, guess what? Now I go into my bank and I'm like, I can talk about this story today. And this is how I always have stories on my thing. Make sense? Can I get some thumbs up? Perfect. We got a lot to go over. So that's is, oh, I don't know how to stop sharing my screen right now. Okay, perfect. So that, guys, is how I'm structuring my content. I'm telling you guys, this will save you so much time, so much weight off your shoulders, and your content will be better. It will be better. Okay? Now, what's top, what's bottom? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. My IG plan. This is what I'm telling you guys. So I'm posting twice a day. Why am I posting twice a day? Because I want to get better. I built my following. I have 50, almost 50,000, right? In a following, but having followers is different than building your business, because you can have a lot of followers but not be converting sales from them because they're not the right type of followers. So never look at someone's account and go, well, they have this many followers, they should be doing so well. That's great. I've seen IPAs with 2,000 followers. It's not about how many, it's about the quality. Okay, so quality. If I want to attract quality people, I need to start posting quality content. If I want to make quality content, I got to post more so I know what mistakes I've made, so I can track myself, so I can get better, I can get faster, I can get stronger. Do not wish for things to be easier, wish to be better. So that is the theme. So now let's talk about this. I'm going to be posting 50% top funnel content and 50% mid to bottom funnel content. What is that? All right. So you guys see this little funnel right here? You guys see this funnel? It's at the top is big, the bottom is small. The top funnel content, you will get the most engagement, the most shares, the most likes, the most comments. You will get the most engagement. You will get the least amount of sales from this content. The bottom funnel content, you will get the least amount of engagement, the least amount of shares, and you will make the most sales from this content. You can build a business with one or the other. You can, and we do. But the problem with not having a consistent funnel is that you will lose momentum. I love examples. I'll definitely give you examples. So you will lose momentum. You need to have both to build a community, because I don't want no person to just buy from me because they saw me. I want a person like, Megan, I've been following you. I love your energy. I love everything about you. I want to do this thing. I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to do it. That's the people that I want, because I want to run to the end. You guys, we had our emergency call. We know what the vision is. We need those people. Okay. So this is what we're doing. Now, what is top funnel? Okay. Let me break it down. So the goal for top funnel is reach and visibility. Reach and visibility. You're trying to get this thing to for everyone to see it. Now, I want to explain what it is. So it's usually short form content. I'm talking 7 to 15 seconds max, and it's full of just value. Just value. Okay, you're not pitching a sale. This is not a sale. So you guys noticed in my stuff I did the other day, I did like mistakes you could be making on your online sales. I didn't pitch anything. I'm giving value to people. I'm just giving straight value. Please explain what is value. So like just any information. So for example, when you follow someone, why do you follow them? I'm going to give you a really good example. Motivation is top funnel content. Motivation is top funnel content. Why? You're not pitching anything. You're getting people to spark an emotion. Oh my gosh, I loved what Daniel said. It made me feel like I'm great. I can do this thing. Like that is top funnel content. The problem, and we all know this, the problem with only having top funnel content is when people, remember how I said you won't get a lot of sales from it. People will be like, oh, I just followed you for your motivation. Because it made them feel good. They liked it. They related to it, but they're not going to buy from you. It's just sparking an emotion. So you're entertaining them, sparking an emotion, or you're educating them, providing them value. Does that make sense? You're giving them something. They're walking away from that conversation going, I learned something new. I learned something new. So that is top funnel. That is top funnel. These can be done in short form, education, trends, top funnel. And I really want you, I started this, guys. I really want you to think about the people that you follow. Because if you just like someone's video just because it was cool, you're going to follow them, but you're probably going to forget about their page. But if I were to talk about someone, an influencer, that I was like, yo, For example, I talked about those pregnancy people. When I think of pregnancy, they pop in my mind. They pop up. When I think of Pinterest, there are 3 influencers that pop in my mind. I will go to their page before anyone else's page because they've given me so much value that I'm like, yo, like they know what they're talking about. They come in my mind. If you think like for my guys, if I said boxer, who comes to your mind? If I were to say like you need to think about that kind of stuff. Cooking influencers. If I was talking about I wanted to cook food, there's a couple influencers that come to my mind. Look, Daniel, let's do one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is what I want you to think. Who do you want to be known as? Who do you when a word comes up or a topic comes up, do you want to be the network marketing? Umima popped in my mind. Like do you know what I mean? That is it. That is it. So top funnel content. Okay. I will be putting in the Champions Marketing channel. When I start dropping trends, I will put top. I will put bottom. I will so you guys can start seeing it. All right. Now underneath, mid to bottom. So they're 2 separate things, but the reason that I'm doing 50% just top and 50% mid/bottom is because they're very similar. Okay. We're probably going to go a little bit over, guys. I'm sorry, but I really want you to understand this. Okay. So mid funnel content is brand positioning. It's getting people to know who you are and who your brand is. Brand positioning. What do you stand for? This could be more education, but this is mostly like your beliefs, your perspective. Story time. So I went to the mall and I heard this couple say this, and oh my God, it was so like that is who you are. Okay. So this is testimonials. Like that is mid. That is mid. However, it's very neutral. You will get some sales, you will get some engagement, but this allows people to know who you are. The thing about us, the reason that's very similar to bottom is because most of the time it's an indirect sell. Now, before I get into what bottom content is pretty much selling your stuff. So when I say direct and indirect, y'all have heard me say this before if you're on my team, but the mistake I was making was not enough top value content. Now, mid is also get ready with me. Yep, get ready. Day in my life. That is mid funnel content. Bottom funnel content is strictly sales, whether it's direct or indirect. Direct is, hi, my name is Megan Savage. I'm 5 years young. I've been doing this business for 2 years, and this is what I do. I help people make money online. Like that is direct. And I'm like, I can help you. This is what I'm offering. Indirect. And this is why it's very similar to mid funnel. You could do a day in my life. Hey guys, so get ready with me while I get ready to go to my live event where I teach people how to make money online. And then you say nothing else about your event, but you're like, oh my gosh, I love this outfit. It looked really cute with this. I actually bought these shoes from crypto with crypto. I did like that's it for, I know from crypto, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that is a very much an indirect sale. Very much indirect. I will actually drop an example after this of a mid indirect sale. So it just gets people excited. Does that make sense? Crypto. Does that make sense though? Yeah? Okay, good. So you need both. And I wanted to get really freaking good at both. So I'm posting twice a day. And I'm actually shifting my focus from TikTok to more Instagram. I will be still, because we talked about the elevator. Okay, I still am going to be posting on TikTok, but my main focus is I want to build a community so strong because I know for a fact that I am not the only person who feels the way I do about society, and I want to save those people and let them know. Y'all heard my car salesman story the other day when I was like, oh my gosh, is the only way for me to be successful to screw people over? No. And I felt so much relief when I met you guys, so I want to be able to give that to other people. So last thing, why take your content strategy serious? Why take your brand positioning serious? Literally all I wrote, and I actually heard this from another influencer, and it really sparked my mind. It's you can't create massive impact without massive visibility. You could be the best freaking person in the world. You could have the answer to everything, but if people don't know you have it, it's useless. That's why it's important that we get this down. It's important. Okay? So what is brand positioning? I get this question a lot when people get started. Trust me, the beautiful thing about working online, guys, is you can reinvent yourself. You want the word for word? Yes, okay. You can't create massive impact without massive visibility. You cannot create massive impact without massive visibility. Got you. So what was I saying? So the biggest thing, guys, is the beautiful part about this. I've reinvented myself so many times. You can ask Edwin, Rosanna, Christian. I've had so many like identity crises that it's wild. But I want to let you guys know, first off, identity crises are important because they're not crisis, they're growing pains. You cannot be the successful 8-figure earner with multiple cars and helping multiple families and everything if the same person you are today. That you just can't. You can't do it. So you need to be able to have these growing pains, but do it the right way. Now, what do I mean by this? What is brand positioning? The place that a brand occupies, okay, write this down. The place that a brand occupies in the minds of their customers and how it is distinguished from competitors. So what does that mean? For Umayma was like, yo, speak some Dutch. I don't know what you're saying. So it means sort of what I talked about before. What does your customers think of you? What do your viewers think of you when they compare you to competitors? For example, are you Nike or are you Adidas? Are you Pepsi? Are you Coke? Are you, more quiet? Are you loud? Like, do you know what I mean? Are you Gucci? You Prada? Are you Walmart? Are you like you need to figure out how you want to look. And I have 2 videos I want to show you guys. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but this is important because you need to know your target audience. You need to know your target audience. Let me show you this. I'm gonna show you this before I get into it because I'm on fire right now. I'm just like, let me show you this. Let me show you. I got you. Start broadcast. Okay.
One of my early mentors.
Okay, so here's the difference between branding and branding strategy or branding positioning. When we're talking about branding, talking about the name, Liquid Death, copywriting, Murder Your Thirst, logo mark of the skeleton with its face melting off, color palette of gold, black, white, choice of the can, etc. So branding, kind of comprehensively, is all of the visual and verbal choices that a brand makes to communicate its ethos. And there's more to it than that, but at a very high, quick level, that's it. Liquid Death and Voss both sell water, but the choices that they have made about their branding communicate very different things and ultimately appeal to very different people. And now what gets them to arrive at these decisions is the strategic decisions that they make about how they are going to position their brands and what they want to communicate. So for example, Liquid Death said, hey, we're not necessarily here to communicate purity and the source of our springs and be this premium elevated water. We actually want to be much more punk rock. We want to look like a craft beer brand. Frankly, we want to look like an alcoholic drink, be consumed in settings that are totally different. So concerts, festivals, etc. That kind of strategy or thinking is what informs these aesthetic decisions of their color palette, logo, typography, etc. Whereas Voss says, hey, we want to communicate that we are premium, that we care about the purity of our product, that we are sourced from a spring in Norway. So we'll convey that in pretty simplistic packaging and branding. We use a fairly muted color palette of just grays and whites. Again, this strategy defines the aesthetic choices that they make. Branding strategy has to come before you get into the actual branding work. And the mistake that a lot of founders make is that they go in to create a brand and just say, hey, I want it to look like this brand or that brand. And that kind of mimicking is not a good strategy. Okay.
Okay. So first off, I want to do a little bit of a game with you guys because I love games. So would you like the Liquid Death or would you like the Voss water? Cool. Cool. I personally I want to try the Liquid Death. I like because it's cool. But I want to show you guys something. They are both like water. They're both water, but it's just who they're trying to go towards. Do you know what I'm saying? And another shout out. Okay, shout out Rosanna twice, but she deserves it. So, there's something else I was talking about with her me and her have a little joke because there's this one TikToker and her voice is really squeaky and she does real estate. Okay. And she goes, how $1,000 in like 2 weeks or something like that. And the first thing that she'll say is like, buy 5 triplexes. Do you know what I mean? Like, but like, and everyone in the comments are like, yo, I don't have like $20,000 to start to make a, like, do you know what I'm trying to say? A lot of people don't relate to that content. And I was talking about it with Rosanna, like, oh, she annoys me because like, of course I want to make $1 million, but I don't have $20,000 to just invest in a triplex right now. And Rosanna's like, okay, well, get out of her DMs then, or get out of her comments because you're not her target audience. Does that make sense? Liquid Death is not trying to get all you Voss people. They're trying to get more Liquid Death people. Voss is not trying to compete with Liquid Death because they have other people. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Did we have an aha moment? Or do I need to explain it again in a different way? I need you guys to understand this. Because if we're all going to be running and really like, guys, we just became just champions. I want people to look at us and they're like, oh my God, what are they drinking Liquid Death? Like, what's going on? What is happening? Like, I want them to see it. So that is super important. That is what I'm talking about. This is why, like, duplication. I always say to my team, I just want you to find influencers that you like. Can you repeat the place that a brand occupies? Yes. Okay. So brand positioning, the place that a brand occupies in the minds of their customers. So like when you think of comfort, when it comes to this, what brands do you think of? When you think of luxury, that's a great example. When you think of luxury, I think of like Christian Dior, I think of Louis Vuitton, I think of, you know, Prada, like I think of that kind of stuff because they branded themselves as such. But the place that a brand occupies in the minds of their customers and how it's distinguished from its competitors. So even though I just got done talking about luxury brands, Louis Vuitton, Prada, like all this other stuff, how are they distinguished from one another? So we understand that they're in the category of luxury, but how are they different from one another? They all have a different vibe, right? Like that is what brand positioning is. And the moment you guys can do a lot of personal development and figuring out what your brand positioning is, the more you can be able to elevate your content. Okay? So what I was saying, I wanted to show you that video and we'll end it off here, but it's really important. Know your target audience, know who you're trying to get. When I was going off, I was very focused on travel content because those are the people that I wanted to get. You know what I mean? So if I am now looking for people that want to public speak and want to travel the world together, and you know what? They would much rather be on a business call on Thanksgiving rather than going with their family. Like that's the person that I want to attract. Because I'm the type of person who, instead of relaxing, I can't relax. I enjoy talking about business 5 years from now. So I want those type of people. So we can run together. If you're not that vibe, if you're more, I'm a digital nomad life, I'm more this, more that, then show that vibe. Show that vibe. So that's the biggest thing. And I want to tell you guys the biggest mistake. The last thing is the biggest mistake that I see is flip-flopping on your brand. So like I said before, you can reinvent yourself multiple times. I have. You can elevate yourself. But sort of like Hormozi said, don't let, you know, lack of results, just you need to, let me word this because I'll make sure I'm not using too big of words. I don't want you guys, and I've seen this before, you guys get results from a certain way you're posting, and then your results die down, and then you go, okay, I need to switch my entire brand. No, you don't need to switch your entire brand. What you need to do is start looking at your brand positioning and start looking at your, I'll repeat it in just one second, just remind me. So you need to look at your brand positioning. You need to look at yourself and go, am I getting to the right audience? Am I looking at the right audience? Am I very, very clear on what I stand for? Is my content good? And you don't have to switch it, but are you putting enough top funnel and enough bottom funnel? Because if you're just doing all top funnel, yes, you'll get some sales, but then what? Do you know what I mean? So they all intertwine, they all interlock. Okay. That's the biggest mistake I see. Just be connected with your mentor. Your mentor will tell you. Your mentor will say, hey, you're doing everything right. Just do more of it. Hey, you're doing everything right. Just have some more sales stuff in there. Hey, you're doing everything right. Stop just posting motivation. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So that's it. What are questions you can ask yourself to find out your target audience and brand positioning? I actually love this. I love this a lot. So an exercise that Christian had me do a long time ago is just literally write it down and be like, so what age group am I trying to attract? And I'm not saying, guys, I market mostly towards women and I have a lot of guys on my team. It's not like, hey, I only have these people. No, but I market a certain way. So the thing is like when you don't niche down, when you market to everyone, you market to no one. Remember that when you market to everyone, you market to no one. So if you are looking, like, let's say Umaima, for example, like if you're like, hey, I want to get students, I want to get age group from 18 to 25, mostly female. I want people in Europe. I want people that, have really good religious values. I want get as specific as the person as you can, and you'll notice you'll start being able to find your target audience. And now look at that and go, for example, let's say I'm just gonna use the religion thing just because it's the most like you can see. Like if let's say you're like, hey, I want people that are very spiritual or very religious. If you're not talking about that at all, you're not going to attract those people. Does that make sense? Like, do you know what I mean? So it's just you want to look at, is that portraying in your content? Does that make more sense? And I'm going to drop something else too for you guys after because I don't want to go on because I could go on for hours. I've been studying this for so long. But I'm going to drop something in the builders just to show you guys how to really, like an exercise just for you to actually figure out what your brand positioning is. And the biggest thing, guys, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Like in this exercise, I saw they were doing it for an exercise chair, like an elliptical thing, like where you like a bike, like you know what I'm talking about, those workout bikes. And literally, I was like, how are they going to brand this bike? And it was so simple. It's just easy to use, good for home. And you'll see what I mean when I drop it, but don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Okay. Last thing I'll say, once you hit 6 figures in this business, you are now a professional. You are now a professional network marketer. Okay. That is the end goal. That's the end goal. So if that is the end goal, you need to show up as if. You need to be a real brand. A real brand. That is what we're missing. You're not going to get there. And if you do get there, guys, just by posting willy-nilly or whatever, you'll lose it. We want to build stability. We want to be a professional. We want to show up as if. We want to leave a legacy like some of these entrepreneurs have. And if I'm not talking to you, you're not my target audience. I'm sorry. I hope you got some value from this training. Oh, whatever. But if I am speaking to you, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I believe that's it. I believe that's everything here. Like I said, I'll drop all that for you guys in the channels. I just want to say thank you to all for listening to my ramble. I hope you got some value. Can you just let me know. Just let me know. Drop like a 1 in the chat if you learned something new. Just so we're on the same page. Cool. Love this. I love that. Now, guys, you know what time it is. I'll put on a song. We're going to stream some level ups in the chats here. Hold on here. What song should we play? Let's put I've been feeling 21 Savage, but do I want to do something fun? Actually, no, I'm gonna play my favorite song. Why isn't it playing? Just kidding. Wow. I don't know why my favorite song is literally saying no. I can't do it. All right, well, you know what? Let's do this. Oh my gosh, I think it's on my end. I can't play music. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. It's not letting me play music for some reason. But let's drop some level ups in the chats, okay? Drop some level ups. Go, go, go. Record for your stories. We're going to show people our brand, what we're here for. Here to level up. Let's go, guys. Love it, love it, love it. I'll drop some too. Level up. Awesome. And I'll see you guys in the chats. Bye.